guys, it's Trina and this is my monthly recommendations video for August. This month is actually our 1-year anniversary of the monthly recommendations group. If you aren't familiar with what monthly recommendations is, this is a Goodreads group that was put together by my good friend Kayla Rain and myself. Every month on the Goodreads page we announce a topic for the month, and sometimes we have group vote polls where you guys can help us choose the topics. There's only one topic a month and you can post a video anytime in that month recommending books that fit that topic. So we thought it would be a good idea to celebrate our 1-year anniversary of the group to go back and kind of go down memory lane and touch on all the topics we've done in the past year. By the way, the group information is linked in the description, and let's just get into this. It works a lot like a book tag. So the first topic we ever did as a group was underrated books. The book I want to mention is In Real Life by Jessica Love. This is a YA contemporary novel about two best friends that only know each other online. They've never met in real life, and when one of them starts having romantic feelings towards the other, she decides to go meet him. So she makes this really long road trip to surprise him, and when she shows up she realizes he was hiding a few things about himself. And you know, it is kind of a fluffy story, but it did some things in ways that just really gripped me and made me really excited about this story. I really enjoyed it. I really connected with the idea of online friendships. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it, and I have done a video on 3 reasons why you should read this one. The second topic we did as a group was books set in school. So I've got a new book set in a high school that I want to recommend to you guys, and that is The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. This is a YA contemporary, kind of a thriller, I guess. There's not really a mystery going on here, but you have 3 characters' points of views that you read through, and one of them is a murderer. So that definitely adds a thrill aspect to the story. This does deal with like the everyday sexism that girls deal with in high school, and how some girls use that to their advantage and how other girls fight against it. I really enjoyed this one. Would definitely recommend it if you're wanting a book that is set in school but has deeper topics presented than just like the typical homecoming dance or something. The third topic we ever did as a group was creepy books. This was during last October. We wanted to do kind of a Halloween theme, and since last October I haven't read too many new creepy books that I didn't put on that list because I'm not the biggest fan of creepy books, but I did read Slasher Girls and Monster Boys, edited by Genevieve Tucholke. This is a collection of several YA short stories. They are all thriller or mystery themed, and I really enjoyed a lot of the stories in this book, so I would definitely recommend this one if you're looking for a book that will give you chills. Our next topic was trilogies. Of the trilogies that I have finished since we first did this topic, my favorite of them is definitely the Dyer trilogy by Michelle Hodkin. For me, I was kind of iffy about the first 2 books because I had no idea what was going on, but the third book, I hear a lot of people really hate it. They didn't like the direction that it went in, but I felt like there was a lot of literary commentary in that third book. It was a great examination of very classic literary themes, and I really appreciated that. It made me think about other books in the genre. It made me think about that book itself. It made me think about what I learned in past literature classes. Like, that book, it gave me a lot to think about, and so I do really respect that series overall. And I did a full series review with a discussion about the themes that I saw in that last book. If you're interested, I will link it up here and in the description. The next topic we did was books you want everyone to read in 2016. So I'm changing this one to be a book I just want you to read ASAP, as soon as possible, and I'm gonna go with Simon versus the Homo Sapiens. Whoa, I have that one, I can pull it out. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, because I read this book at the beginning of this year and it is still like in my top 2 books that I've read all year long. This book has it's just wonderful. This is a YA contemporary romance. This is about Simon, who is gay, but he is not out, and he's been emailing back and forth with another gay boy that's in his school and also isn't out, and they don't know each other's real identities. So part of the story does kind of follow Simon trying to figure out who his online crush is and deciding whether or not he wants to come out. It read a lot like a mystery since you are trying to figure out who the crush is, and as soon as I finished this book I turned around and reread it from start to finish. I just really love this book and I want everyone to read it because it was wonderful. Our next topic was fantasy recommendations, and the fantasy series that I've started since we did this topic that I have enjoyed the most is the Inheritance Cycle series by Christopher Paolini. Book 1 is Aragon, and I did not like book book 1, but this year I've read books 2, 3, and I'm partway through book 4, and I am enjoying the rest of the series so much. So I would recommend the series overall, definitely, although I think the first book is a bit slow and kind of hard to get into. That may just be my taste in what I like in exposition. The work definitely grows as the author grew, because he published this one when he was a teenager. He was very young, and I think that you can tell that the writing grows as the series goes on. This is a high fantasy world about dragon riders and our dragon rider Aragon trying to take down this evil ruler of the kingdom. There are dwarves and elves and other fantasy creatures. I really love the dragons in this series. I would definitely say if you're looking for books about dragons, fantasy novels about dragons that are actual characters, that speak, that have chapters from their point of view, this is definitely a series to check out. I have really been enjoying the later installments in it. The next topic we did was books without romance, or books that had little to no romance in them, because this was kind of our alternate to a Valentine's Day theme, and I have looked through everything I've read since February when we did this topic, and I have not read any books that don't have romance in them. So what I am going to go with for this answer is Ivory and Bone by Julie Eshbaugh. This is a YA book that is just historical, set in the prehistoric time period, and it is a Pride and Prejudice retelling. So from that you can kind of get the gist that there is a little bit of romance. When the book starts out, you've got some characters expecting to make a romantic match, and it just does not go well at all. And throughout the course of the book, you kind of start rooting for these characters to be together, even though they don't want anything to do with each other. There's only one kiss scene in the entire book, and when the kiss happens, one of the characters pushes the other one away and is like, we're in the middle of a battle right now, can we not? Like, we have more important things going on right now, let's wait till later. And I thought that was so cool, because usually I hate it when like YA books, they're in the middle of a war and they're like, let's stop and make out. So although there is some romance in this book, I just really wanted an excuse to recommend this one, and I liked the way that it played out in a slow burn, and I've done a video on 3 reasons why you should read it. Our next topic was Standalones. For this one, I really want to recommend to you guys If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo. This is a YA contemporary. This is about a young trans girl that has just started at a new high school where nobody knows that she used to be Andrew. In the flashbacks of Amanda's point of view, you see what she was going through as a young child when she was being bullied for being an effeminate boy, and understanding that she really was a girl. This book is a great exploration of what it means to come out as trans. I really enjoyed this book. I would definitely recommend it, and I did do a book review on this one as well. Our next topic back in April was survival stories. One that I left out that I would definitely want to recommend to you guys is World War Z by Max Brooks. Each chapter or section in this book follows a different character that has survived a zombie apocalypse. So although this is fiction, it kind of reads like nonfiction, because you're getting all these different accounts from all around the world of people that have survived the zombies and their different tactics for fighting back or for surviving. And I feel like some of the ways that this one explores like zombie biology made a lot of sense. So I really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend this one if you haven't read it yet. Then our main topic was your favorite book friendships, and for this one is a series I just read, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series by Ann Brashares. There are 5 books in this series. I read them all back to back last month. I really enjoyed it. The friendships in this series are really what makes it. They are truly amazing between these 4 female main characters. I love seeing how their friendship grows throughout the years. The first 3 books are set in high school, the 4th book follows them to college, and the 5th book is actually set 10 years later as they are all adults. So I love seeing how the friendships between these girls progress. The next topic is a book that was set outside of the United States, or that featured travel, and I'm also going to use the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants again because we just did this topic a couple of months ago, and so there's not really anything new that I would mention except for this series because I just read it. And this one takes you all over the world, of course a lot of places in the United States. It also takes you to Mexico, Greece, Turkey, Australia, and London. You definitely get a lot of traveling in with the amazing friendships. So if you're looking for a book that's kind of set all over and will make you feel like you are traveling the world, since it's based a lot on summer trips and vacations, this would be one to check out. And our last topic last month was empowering female characters, and I realized after making that video that I left one out that was so important to me, and I can't believe I left this out, but it is Tally Youngblood from the Uglies series by Scott Westerfeld. This was the first series I read that just was like the female character just kicking butt everywhere, and not only does she kick butt, she really cares about her friends and about important issues too. So she was very, very empowering to me, like the first female empowering character that I knew. She's strong in many ways, and she was a character that I loved, and I still respect her so much to this day. Even though this is an older dystopian, I worry about recommending this to people post Hunger Games because I feel like once you've read Hunger Games, this may not completely live up, but when I read this one, I loved it. It will always have a soft spot in my heart. Alright, so that was my little trip down memory lane with all the topics we have done in our monthly recommendations group over this past year, and new books that I would recommend to you from those topics. And I want to end this by saying a big thank you to Kayla Rain, because if it weren't for her, this group would not exist. If you don't know, Kayla was doing monthly recommendations on her channel before this was ever a group or open to the public, and then she asked me one time if I would like to help her make a group of this to see if other people would want to join in. So definitely all the credit goes to Kayla, and I think I can speak for both of us by saying monthly recommendations has introduced us to many more booktubers and book bloggers than we would have ever found on our own, and we are just so grateful for everyone that has joined in, even if just for 1 month. If you're new here, if you've been here from the beginning, if you haven't done a topic in a while, we are so appreciative of the support that this group has gotten. If you are a member of the monthly recommendations group, I would love to hear from you guys. What was your favorite topic that we've done in this past year, and what's a topic you would like to see us do in the coming year? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the comments. Bye!